What's up, everybody? This is your boy Chris Reed Beats back with another video. And in this video, I want to show you guys how I set up my chord sequencer to start making some beats. So first of all, let's jump right into this session. So I'm here with Chord Sequencer and I have an empty chord set, and I'm actually going to play out some chords so I have enough chords that I want to add into this chord set. I have a specific scale and chord set that I typically play when I make certain kinds of beats. So I'm going to play that right now. So the first thing is I'm going to actually change this to F because it's in the key of F. And I'm going to play some of these chords that I've learned over the years in this chord set. So let's actually start on the root. So we'll start with an F. With the first chord, we'll play this F sustain 2. And that'll be our first chord set. So to lock that chord set in, all we need to do is go over here to edit and click learn edit chord. We can go to our next chord and we can go to the G. I usually like to play this chord for G. And this is a G minor 9. I actually have some inversions for G minor 9 that I like to do. So sometime I'll play this. So this is a G minor 7 with an add 11. But usually I like to play this inversion, this right here, this G minor 9. Okay. For A, I like to play this chord, which is an A minor 9. Let's actually do something different. So we'll do this A13 sus. Have an A11 here, but let's go with the 13th. For this next chord, B flat major 9. And here we'll do something special. I like to play this passing chord. As we go to the C, which I usually will play this. Let's do a different inversion of that. We can do C. C major 7. Yeah, we could do that C major 7. Let's actually fix this. So we'll do a C major 7 here. A little bit open. We can also stretch this out. Play something like that, or maybe this one. I like the way that one sounds. So we'll play that there. So we're on C, so our next chord would be a D. So I like to play this for D. Lots of minor 9s. Right before we get to on E, I usually like to play this chord, E7 alt. And then of course we will be back to our F. But now this time, instead of playing that F, let's play a different F. So E minor 9. So we'll do F major 9. And we're back to our G, so we can do something a little different. Maybe something like that. We're here on A again. Maybe that. Maybe this chord, or all right, we're back to B. We already have a B flat major 9, so maybe. Oh, we can put this alt here. I like to put this alt, A7 alt. For this next chord, we're on B. So let's do that. Let's do this B sus here. B sus chord here. do this B flat minor 11. All right. And we're coming back to the C. How about we just do a C sus there? Something simple. And we're on D. So I have a D minor 9, but I don't have this inversion. Or we can do instead this D minor 7. All right, we can look at a different inversion for D minor 7. Maybe something like that. Like that. Yeah, we'll do this chord. That's nice, that's pretty. All right, so now we've put together a chord set using the key of F, and we have some traditional chords in there, and we have some pretty simple chords, and we have some pretty complex chords. But now we have some nice sounding chords that we can use, and we can actually use this, and we can combine some other players with this chord sequencer, or we can just start making our beat from here. Now that we're done creating our chord set, let's actually click on Learn Edit Chords so we can just be done with learning that chord set. And here we have this chord set that we have created. We can actually load in some chords and make a sequence. And then let's actually make a couple patterns with that. So we'll just, so if we want these chords to be in our other patterns, then we just need to use this drop down arrow and copy chords and select the pattern that we want to copy those chords to. We can create as many of these chord sequences as we want. We can have all of these patterns and we can decide if we want to use which pattern or the other pattern, or we can just make other rhythms and melodies and things of that nature. So with this strategy, we can actually lay out our chords across our patterns and then create different sequences until we find one that we really like. Now, I want you to notice that the way that I played the C major 7, I actually played it very softly in my keyboard. So Chord Sequencer keeps track of the velocity and the way in which you play the chord as well. But if we want to change how the velocity is played, then we can come right here to velocity and we can change this from original to fixed. So now it's not playing the chord the way that I played it, but it's playing it with a fixed velocity. And we can actually humanize it by turning up this velocity knob and turn up this timing. So now the velocity of the notes will be changed throughout each of the chords, as well as the timing. So sometimes you play a chord. So each of the notes of the chords will not be played all at the same time. Some of them will come in earlier, some will come in later, and that gives it a more human feel to how we play chords. If we click on remove bass, we have an option to leave it on auto. And if there's bass notes below a certain point, then it will automatically get rid of those bass notes for you in the chord. Or you can set it to a specific note that you want the bass notes to be removed from. So now let's actually adjust that so that anything below C3 will not be played. I really like the bass notes that I played, so I'm going to keep them in. If you're going to use like a bass guitar or bass instrument and you really want that to carry the bass, you don't want the bass to be in your chords, then that would be a great time to use remove bass. You also can add the root of that chord either to the top of the chord or to the bottom of the chord. So I'll show you that. We can add the bottom. So it's adding another bass note onto the chord of whatever the root note of that chord is. We can add it to the top as well. What that does is just give us more notes in our chord and actually just brightens the chord up a little bit as well, or it just adds in some more of those lower frequencies. I usually like to add a lot more bottom into my chords. I want them to be really lush, so you can use the bottom, or you can have the top so that that top note of the root is being expressed in your melody. Now for some added fun, let's add in a pattern mutator onto our chord sequencer. We can link players in Reason together. So if we add in this pattern mutator and then hit record, when we press play, the notes from the chord sequencer will be played into the pattern mutator, and then we can use the pattern mutator to change the way those notes are being played. Let's move to an empty pattern on our chord sequencer. So now the chord sequencer is not being played, and we'll just play back what we got from the pattern mutator's recording. So if we change around these parameters in the pattern mutator, for example, the gain length and the density, then we will get many more chords being played in the pattern mutator. All we need to do is press mutate, and now we can hear back what we have mutated. So now we've chopped up these chords and played them in a different way than what they were being played before. Oh, wow. I really like that pattern that it just played. I'm actually going to copy that mutation to another pattern, and now we can send it to track. All right, so Reason is very powerful because just by hitting alter notes, I was able to create another chord that I really like the way that it sounds. I really like the way that sounds. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that walkthrough of the chord sequencer and how you can create your own chord sets and actually apply some other players and effects to really give you a cool sound in your music production. My name is Chris Reed Beats. Please make sure to follow my channel if you're looking for more Reason tutorials and beat cookups. And until next time, peace.